views expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Hey, Siri, who's the best team in the NFL?
So far, the Dolphins are in first place in the NFL with a record of 3-0.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Baby, yeah, let's start the morning with a little victory cigar from Perdomo because it is a Victory Monday. And on a Victory Monday, you should enjoy a proper one. You know, a little champagne. You got champagne pouring in the locker room for the championship. We got Champagne Perdomo, baby, raining down right now on a beautiful Monday morning. By the way, I did not plan on doing this. I'm about to leave in a little bit. Right. And so when I go, I'm taking off to the Heat. We're going to go a Heat Media Day today. And we're not going to be on again till the afternoon. All right. Because we're going to be getting Spo and, you know, all the players. We'll talk to Lowry and Butler and all that good stuff. And we'll get some interviews with some of the guys. So we'll be back in the afternoon. So we encourage you to check out our post-game show. All right. The post-game show is there on the platform. We broke it all down for 3 hours. Cameron Wolf, Marcel Louis-Jacques was on there with us. We have the press conference for Mike McDaniel and for Tua. By the way, Mike will be on again this afternoon. Mike McDaniel will address the media. We'll have that in the afternoon show, and then I'll go over his comments, and then we'll go over everything else. But this is kind of like a little bonus show that we want to do just to kind of follow up and kind of get you, acclimated with what's going on today, because normally we would be on at 10 in the morning, but we're not going to be on today at 10 in the morning as we are up early and headed out to Heat Media Day today. And so that's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's just, it is awesome. I got to say, it is pretty cool. Hey, Siri. Tell us once again, who's the best team in the NFL?
The Dolphins are in first place in the NFL right now with a record of 3-0.
I mean, these kind of things, you know, it's just a beautiful thing. They say you can't, but you can. It's a beautiful thing. Don't ever let them tell you can't do it, man. That was fun. It's a lot of fun yesterday. Watching the Dolphins come up with big-time play after big-time play yesterday to come up with that victory. I thought that was just absolutely enormous. The defense, so many players that made plays throughout that game. And, yeah, they were bending a little bit. Yeah, they gave up some yards, but it's all about points. It's all about making, the plays that you have to make. And that's what Miami did. They had the ball very few times, but they capitalized when they had it. And Buffalo had it a whole bunch, and they made all kinds of mistakes. They're the better team, the more experienced team. They have, right now, the better quarterback, right? And they have the better everything overall. And they had every opportunity to win that game. And either they made mental mistakes or they couldn't capitalize on certain drives. It reminds me a lot of what happened with the University of Miami 2 weeks ago against Texas A&M, where they couldn't finish drives. I don't care if you got a whole bunch of yards. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care about your stats. Did you win? Did you make plays when you needed? You know what I mean? This was my problem last week while everybody gushes over Lamar Jackson. And yeah, he's a phenomenal athlete. But what happened in the fourth quarter against the Dolphins? Why could you only muster 3 points? You can't go on a scoring spree throughout the game and then all of a sudden shut down in the fourth quarter. It's part of the game. You got to make plays when it counts. And yesterday, that's what it was all about for the Miami Dolphins. They kept making plays when it counts. They gave up some yards, but then when you got to the point that you were actually threatening, and it's Buffalo that screws up a snap to ruin time. It's Buffalo that Josh Allen, shorts a pass. He underthrows a pass to Isaiah, which I wonder if Tua did that, the place would be crazy. They miss a field goal. And, Buffalo did all kinds of stupid stuff that ended up costing them the game too. And that's all part of this game. You can't sit back and say, what if, what if? That's loser talk. And if the Bills are doing that, they're losers. And by the way, I can also tell you, it seems to me like Bills Nation and Bills Mafia is mighty nervous now. Okay? Bills Mafia is mighty nervous now because they did not expect anybody inside the division to give them any trouble. They were probably thinking about Kansas City and others outside of the division challenging them. They were never thinking that the Dolphins were ready to rise from the ashes to challenge them, because we know the Patriots and the Jets are garbage. They're done. Those teams, they're 1-2. You see them. They're not going anywhere. They're done. But the Dolphins, they probably thought the Dolphins were a cutesy little 7-win team. And all of a sudden now the Dolphins they got the best record in the NFL. A couple of other teams are tied with them. But they have won in all kinds of fashion now 3 weeks in a row. From monster comebacks to dominating a game from beginning to end, which is what they did to the Patriots. And yesterday, outlasting a physical game and making the big plays when you had to. And that's, here's the other thing about the Dolphins that you've got to realize now. They are a big play team on offense and defense. I mean, they're one of the biggest play offenses out there. So for you idiots out there that, you couldn't, oh no, Tua can't throw it deep. Tua can't run high power offense, whatever, guys like Adam Beasley, who are just absolutely clueless on the whole Tua situation. He's gotten it complete. Well, he gets a lot of shit wrong, but he got the Adam Beasley thing. The Adam Beasley got the Tua stuff dead wrong. So you might as well take an L, Beasley. Take an L. Take an L. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. As Tua goes along, we will bury many. The cemetery will be big. I'm going to bury a lot of people when it's all said and done. Clickbait artists like Adam Beasley. So anyway, they're a big play team. They make the big plays on defense, whether it's a deflection, an interception, whether it's a sack, whether it's a forced fumble. They've done that the last couple weeks. Offensively, they make big plays. There's nobody better in the NFL at dialing up deep balls than Tua. Oh, that's right. You guys, some of you out there thought he couldn't play the deep game, right? He couldn't throw a deep ball. Right? There's something like that, right? Too short, arm not strong enough, not athletic enough, not smart enough, not tough enough. Big plays. Big cojones. Big cojones. Starts with Mike McDaniel. Giant, enormous cojones. Impressive as hell what Mike McDaniel has done. And the way this entire team has developed. And listen, right now, you got to love what's going on. It's absolutely fun to see this team actually get it done and play big in a very difficult month to start off. And here's another thing that's coming. The Miami Dolphins have shown us they are a mentally, physically tough team, including Tua Tagovailoa, by the way. Now we're going to find out how tough they are mentally and physically. Don't kid yourselves, okay? What they've done in these first 3 weeks is absolutely amazing. But this is really difficult what they're about to do. If somehow or another they're able to dominate the Patriots, fall behind big on the Ravens by 21 points, come back to beat the Ravens, by the way, on the road. Then you have your nemesis come to town in the Bills and their offense and that athletic Sasquatch back there and Josh Allen, who is impossible to stop. You somehow overcome a physical, drag down game and beat them. You have shown some incredible toughness 3 weeks in a row. Now you've got a short week. Your team's beaten up from this physical game. You got to travel to Cincinnati to beat a Bengals team that doesn't want to fall to 1-3. So they're desperate. 1-3 in the NFL is not a good position to be in. You all know that. We have experienced it, ourselves down here as Dolphins fans. So you're going to have a desperate team. If the Miami Dolphins find a way to, I don't know how, put aside the pain that they're going to be in. And listen, Cincinnati also has a short week, but they're home at least. Miami also has to travel. But if they somehow come up with that performance there on Thursday and they win, this is definitely not just a playoff participant. This is a team that's got the kind of character that can go deep into the playoffs. Because this is going to be Miami's better than Cincinnati already. That's hands down. There's no doubt in my mind whether they win or lose that game, they're a better team than Cincinnati. But what you're asking Miami to do in its fourth week on a short week, after winning all three, and the fashion that you've won the last two, because the first game wasn't really that difficult. It was impressive because you strangled the Patriots and you just put them down like nothing. They never threatened you. So it was impressive in that sense. But the other two were mentally and physically exhausting to overcome. So the Dolphins, do not underestimate, do not overlook. If they win this week, wow, just maybe the best month the Miami Dolphins have had in well over 25, 30 years. Okay? They win this week on Thursday. Maybe the best month they've had in over 30 years. Take it from me. I'm a guy that's been covering the team for 30 years and following it for, nearly 50. So I'm telling you, this is big, 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 big. They have shown us so much. To me, this game is just icing on the cake. Even if you lose, I'll be disappointed, but man, I'm going to understand. And if you win, oh my God, wow, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. And as I told you yesterday, please enjoy this. Stop worrying about trading for Garoppolo, or that you want Lamar Jackson, or that you want Deshaun Watson, or that you want Brady, or that you don't want Greer, or that you don't want to, or that you this, that. Stop it already. Stop it already. Because you were all wrong on all of that. Everything was fine the way it was going. If you just leave Chris Greer and Marvin Allen and Reggie McKenzie to do their jobs, the Dolphins will be just fine. As I've said many, 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 many times, the Dolphins have one of the best front offices in the NFL, and they continually prove it. Where they screwed up was in the hiring of Flo. That was their mistake. They corrected it now with Mike McDaniel. Let's move on. But please, stop it already. Enjoy what's going on. And stop listening to the FUD, to the Pro Football Talks, to the idiots on ESPN, to the Adam Beasleys, to the people that are just clickbait artists, but all they want to do is get a rise out of your ass. They either want to talk about a subject or write a subject to get under your craw. They're not really trying to actually talk about what's going on. They're trying to just get clickbait. Okay? And we will continue to hammer people away. I'm just getting started. Okay? I'm just getting started on that one. Oh, one more. Let's have a little fun here. So, Justin Herbert, what happened yesterday, Justin Herbert fans? I mean, he was down by 21 against the Jags. He had an opportunity. I'm just wondering, where are all the Justin Herbert people? I saw Tua come back from 21. I saw Tua on 3rd and 22 yesterday. Ice. I don't see ice in Justin Herbert. I'm just saying, after all this shit talk about Justin Herbert, he's 1-2. He threw an interception yesterday. It wasn't a pick six, because we know he gives out pick sixes like Oprah gives out cars. You get a pick six, and you get a pick six, and you get a pick six. I saw him down by 21 at one point. I'm saying, well, I mean, he's better than Tua, right? He's a better quarterback, right? Because some of you claim he's a better quarterback. You don't know the difference. You're too freaking stupid to understand physical talent and quarterback. There's like two different things, two completely different things, physical talent and quarterback. So I saw Justin Herbert. I saw Goldilocks down by 21. But if he's so fantastic, why is he 16-19? If he's so fantastic, why is Tua 16-8, winning twice as much as he loses? Why does Justin Herbert, who overall throughout his career has had more talent than Tua in the NFL, lose more than he wins? I'm going to continually bring this up. I'm going to hammer this away. Because those of you that wanted Justin Herbert so badly, because you didn't really want him in the first place, by the way. Oh, and those of you that said you wanted him in the first place, but nobody listened to you then, are you coming up on the chat board now? Remember those phonies? Oh, no, hey, I wanted Justin Herbert. No, I was one of the guys that wanted Justin Herbert. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Man, I don't hear people talking about Justin Herbert anymore. I don't hear them bragging anymore about Justin Herbert. I'm wondering. Where are you, Justin Herbert? It's amazing. They're so quiet. Let's see. Bro, long time I disagree with you, but I saw the light. It's not about physical traits or arm strength, anything like that. It's all about win, baby, win. No, it's not, Richard. It's not just about win. It's about being clutch. It's about producing in the moments that are key. It's about leading in big time games and results, something that Justin Herbert never has had. Yet people brag about it. And now you all are actually, some of you, like Richard, are actually understanding and learning what my decision is. What my philosophy is. So when Joe Shad says, "Oh, so you still rather have Tua over Herbert," and he's laughing. Well, guess who's laughing last? You see what I'm saying? Because I understand the quarterback position. And it's funny, and this is why I'm going to have a field day. And I did this on purpose. Okay? In the media room at Dolphins camp, I was loud enough to make sure everybody heard me when we were talking about this. And I said, I've seen this quarterback before. It's Breeze, it's Montana, it's Greasy, it's Tarkenton, it's these kind of guys. I felt it in the media room. Right? Now they're going to feel me. Because those of you out there that just kept leaning on physical traits, because I've seen the Jeff Georges of the past. I've seen the physical traits. I don't measure you just because you have the physical traits. If it was for that, then Jamarcus Russell would have been the greatest quarterback in the history of time. But when you're a pea brain, it doesn't matter what kind of talent you have. So Justin Herbert yesterday, he's down by 3 touchdowns. What happened? What happened? And Jimmy Garoppolo, Another guy I heard people talk about, why don't we trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? He's better than Tua. I saw him yesterday. Had a chance, threw an interception, and then they screwed up after that. I don't, Jimmy G, listen, and I'm the guy that talked first than anybody else about Jimmy G at the East-West Shrine game. Now, I said third or fourth rounds. New England took him in the second round, and then he, listen, I was always a Jimmy G guy. But I've said over time that, hey, man, I'm taking the L. I like him, but he's not good enough because he lacks that last play, that big play, that moment. He folds in that moment. There's that thing that I see in players. Ryan Tannehill is just like Garoppolo. They fold in that moment. There are just guys like that. I'm sorry. What are you going to do? But it's funny. Again, I watched Herbert and then I watched Garoppolo. Two guys that people were talking. Oh, and Teddy Bridgewater yesterday. He comes off the bench, and God bless him. I'm a big Teddy Bridgewater fan personally. I've never believed in him as a franchise quarterback. I've been very open about that. He's a backup quarterback. He's a really bad starter. But yet some of you out there had him in front of Tua also. I mean, I just love what's happened. Tua's toughness questioned, you're wrong. Tua's arm questioned, you're wrong. Tua's leadership questioned, you're wrong. Jimmy Garoppolo, you're wrong. Justin Herbert, you're wrong. Lamar Jackson, you're wrong. I mean, it just continues. It's just over and over and over and over. Chris Greer, you're wrong. It's awesome. It's awesome. But in the last week alone, all these myths have been crushed. It's been fun. It's been fun. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this would be a very short program. I appreciate all of you out there. We're headed down to Heat Media Day, okay? We will be back this afternoon. We'll have some interviews from the Heat, and we'll have some exclusive interviews also. We'll have Spo, we'll have Butler, we'll have Lowry, all those things. And then, obviously, we'll take your comments. And then we'll have Mike McDaniel's press conference, all of that. I think around 2, 3 o'clock, probably 3 o'clock sounds more realistic that we'll be back in the afternoon. I just did this. I wasn't even going to do this, but I wanted to do it just because it was such a big win yesterday and to kind of get things going and give you guys a little bit of a fix because I'm with you, man. I'm right there. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. Really appreciate all of you out there, as always, for keeping it locked here on the program. We will see you in a couple of hours. We are headed out to Heat Camp. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.